Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Valentine, happy Family Day to the Canadians, and also happy President's Day to long weekend to the Americans. So we have a 3 day break in the market, long weekend, and Monday is going to be a day off, and the market reopens on Tuesday. But I was doing some research on Friday, and I stumbled upon these information here, which is very, very crucial. So I want everybody here to take notes and write this down. So there's something brewing, something ominous is brewing in the US banking sector, right? I don't know what it is, but there's something brewing. There are some cracks emerging. So we shall see what happens to it in the next couple of months. But this chart here I'm going to show you shortly here is something that is breaking down the US banking sector, right? And every single time the ETF has hit a specific trend line, which I call the mother of all trend line, it has collapsed. So it has collapsed by 53%. So it's similar to what happened to Bitcoin. So those that have been following this channel, check our shorts, our YouTube shorts in this channel. You are going to see the Bitcoin masterclass. So go watch that masterclass. It's just 2 minutes long to understand the power of mother of all trend lines. So without much ado, I'll just go straight here, and I'm going to show you what is happening in the banking sector and why you should be we all should be concerned about it, and how we can capitalize on it and profit from it. Over here we have this ETF. So we'll go to the ETF. So the ETF is called the KBWB, right? So this is the bank ETF. Okay. So the ETF. So first of all, what do we check? We are going to check the holdings of the ETF, okay, to just get a sense of what kind of holdings they have. So you have Goldman Sachs is the number one, is 8%. We have Morgan Stanley, we have Wells Fargo, we have Bank of America, JP Morgan, etc. So you get the point. So it's 100%. So if you look at the sector weightings, it is 100% financial services. Okay, so it's the banking sector ETF for the US market. Okay, so what has happened is that this banking sector ETF, what has happened is that, like, every single time, let's go here, every single time that so this is the ETF, right? This is the weekly time frame of the ETF. So as you can see here, this is the highs of the ETF in 2018. 2018 highs. You connect it to 2022 highs. That's the beginning of the bear market in 2022. And then you extend it here. We are at the top, right? We are at the top here, right? Same thing here. And then here, let me move this around a little bit, right? So what we've realized is that the first time it happened, that it hit this trend line, it sold off, this ETF sold off by 53%. The second time it sold off by 53%, right? So in technical analysis, we use patterns, we use historical data. And then what this means is that now we've hit this again for what? The third time, right? And look at what price is doing. If I blow it up, look at what price is doing here. Price is rejecting here. And we have a weekly candle that has wiped out the gains of the previous green weekly candle, which those that have taken our programs and in our community, you guys know what it is. This is an example of what I call a bear 180, right? Bear 180s are usually very significant, right? That means that because it takes a lot of money to form a bullish engulfing candle. For that bullish engulfing candle to be wiped out by a bearish engulfing candle means that it required a lot of effort, additional money. So it means that this is a sign of the top, right? This is a sign of the top for the banking sector ETF. So, and what we've seen is that every single time this banking sector ETF has sold off, it has led to some kind of crisis or the other, right? So here we had 2018, there was some kind of like a recession in the US, and then here we had 2022, which is the bear market. We remember the bear market when the US Fed started increasing interest rates, and to mitigate inflation or to fight inflation, and that caused this to sell. Because if there's interest rates being increased, that means that more people are not going to come to the banks for loans, and also in the flip side, the banks are also going to make money as well, right? Because with high interest rates mean more profit for the banks. So this is very crucial. And then what has happened is that the first time we got this move here, we had when it hit that trend line, the upper trend line that we have here, we've always had what, 53% decline. Okay, so when the first one happened, it took like 14 to 18 months to happen. And this third time is flashing what? A warning sign, right? So based on what has happened in the past, there's high probability that it's going to happen again, right? And we're seeing that it is already showing us the topping sign, okay? This matters because banks are the plumbing or the liquidity provider in the financial system. If banks break down, that means that credit tightens, liquidity drives up, and then the market weakness spreads across all the banking sector. Okay, so this could trigger what and this could trigger something like which is similar to like the 2008 financial crisis, or even something similar to the COVID lockdowns and stuff like that, right? And it could be, so the problems or the reason for the sell-off or the crisis in the banking sector could be commercial real estate, right? Commercial real estate stress. It could be fragile regional banks. It could also be long yield curve inversion, right? And also tightening credit conditions. So these could be factors that could cause the banking crisis, right? So right now, I can't really pinpoint what the issue might be, but again, I'll leave that to the economists to figure that one out. But I'm just flagging this here as a warning sign. And what happened in the past tends to happen again in the future in the financial markets, right? And there's always a saying that this time is different. Well, this time might not be different. We shall see if this time is different or not. Also, Warren Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway, have been reducing their exposure to major banks for a while now, right? So they've been selling. So they sold Wells Fargo holdings in 2022. They sold off their Bank of America holdings in 2024, and then they've cleared everything for Citigroup. They exited Citigroup last year, and also they are selling other banks as well. So that means that they know something we don't know. And Warren Buffett's company have always been right and spot on anytime there's financial crisis coming. Before the COVID crisis, they had a lot of cash piles, a lot of money on the sidelines after selling most of their holdings before the financial crisis came. They also did that in 2008. They did that in the dot-com bubble, and they are doing that now. So Warren Buffett's company has the biggest cash pile available in its history. Why do you think Warren Buffett and the insiders will be selling their stock holdings if they don't know that something is brewing, a crisis is brewing? So this is just a warning shot for those that are following this YouTube channel here. What I'm going to say is that take a note of this so that you can, so that advice I'll give anybody now is that the market is on a decline. I believe that the broader stock market is due for a 10% correction this year. So we are going to see that in the coming weeks ahead here. And then after the 10% correction, we could go into what is called a bear market, right, as well. So for now, me being a long-term investor and a trader, what I'm going to do is that I am going to be shorting this ETF, right? Because this is a high probability trade, right? It's a high probability trade. So I'm going to buy put options on this on Tuesday. I'm going to buy $85 puts, and I'm going to buy time on it. I'm going to buy maybe to the end of the year, or I'm going to buy something in January 2027, or I'm even going, the minimum I'm going to go is 6 months out, right? Because I want to buy time. I want to hold this so that it can run its course. And if we can get that 53% decline again, that is going to be a massive, massive trade, massive, massive gain. So in this, now that we are going into a market decline, you have to be strategic, right? So those in our community, I'm going to be offering an important session here on Sunday. So I'm going to announce it in the community very soon. Here we are going to have an important session on how to prepare for the market downturn, right? So I have some strategies and things that we are going to be doing so that all members are going to come up tops in this upcoming bear market or US economy recession. So we shall see how that goes. So if you want to be part of it, make sure that you join our free community. So our free community is here at tradingrich.com. So this is our free community. You go on our website here, come to our website, click on join now, and then you can join the free community and you get all the information there on how we plan to capitalize on the market downturn to make significant returns and also try to catch the bottom. I mean, we've done a very good job with catching bottoms. I was able to call the April lows to the dot on April 7th. I even called it on April 6th. Also called the top on Bitcoin and called the top on the bottom on the 2022 bear market. So at Trading Rich, in the courses that we have, I teach about how to spot the market bottom with very good accuracy. So we were able to do that here. And I believe that these strategies that I'm going to talk about on Sunday is going to be something that is going to be a game changer for those that are going to attend, to be able to use that to prepare and get their portfolios ready to capitalize on either a 10% correction or something worse than that, a brutal bear market. So have a wonderful long weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Please put some comments in the chat here, in the comments, and let me know if you learned anything from this video. So this is very important. So please make sure that you share this with your friends and families, everybody that is into the market and your network, so that they can join the channel. If you're not joined the channel, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you live with the weekly game plan. Have a good one. Take care now. Happy long weekend. Bye-bye.